Hi traders, this is Sin with the New Level Trading Report from Monday, July 11th. Stocks are closing at their lowest levels so far in July on fresh fears that Europe's debt crisis will spread beyond Greece to much larger economies. Italy, Europe's third largest economy, and Spain, its fourth largest, could be sliding towards default. The Dow lost 151 points. The S&P fell 24 points and the NASDAQ fell 57 points. This is a 15-minute chart of the Dow Jones Index, and you can see that movement upward last week, but this is what we're looking like today. We had that large sell-off, and now we have another sell-off, and you can see ending on the lows. And just to show you right here, lots of bottoming tails you can see, but still ending close to the lows. This is our daily chart, and again, I've left that downward trend line up so you could just see that what we did is we moved beyond that. And I mentioned last week that I thought that we wouldn't necessarily just go straight up to this 12,876 area, that we would have some kind of a pullback. And you can see I drew this level here, a little bit of support, so we did bounce right on that, you can see, and got a little bit of a tail here. We're on lower than average volume, so again, we'll just have to continue to watch that, but we have lots of earnings coming in. This is the beginning of earnings season, so let's continue to watch that. Let's look at the S&P futures, and again, you can see that really heavy sell-off yet on the 8th, and that was Friday, and then another just a complete sell-off throughout the day. Actually a nice trending day downward, so actually easier to trade. I like to kind of short right in these areas here. I call this the sell zone, or if you're going a trend up, I'd call that the buy zone. But right here, just nice areas to continue to short that stock here. So let's take a look at the daily, and again, I left that downtrend line up here, and you can see we broke above it, and I'm going to get that tighter here. And then what I talked about is we came right back down and hit the back side of that trend line, which is something that happens quite frequently. We're on above average volume on this down day. So again, now I'm anxious to see if we're gonna move back to this 1373, or if we just move back into this 1300 area. And at least at this point, and my feeling is that because we're having all this news, although we could have some better news, Alcoa did have earnings today, and they reported decent earnings, so we could continue to move up. I'm anxious to see what happens tomorrow and how the market reacts to that news. Let's take a look at the dollar index. And again, you can see a really nice trend up today, and this is what I drew, again, that trend line that we're holding. But now what's interesting, and we've talked so much about, is we had a touch here, a third touch, a fourth touch, and now a fifth touch to that line at this 76.60 area. So now what you want to see is the possibility that you break up, or again, we could still have more and more congestion, but the more times you knock on that door, you think you're going to hit that and open it up. And you can see we're on above average volume, and the 60, which is the European dollar, was down today. So again, the contrarian of our contrarian, and it's still working just perfectly. Here's FinViz, and you can see again that nice downtrend throughout the day. We had the drop right at the morning, at the morning bell, and just continued to fall off through the rest of the day. Here's our heat map, and you can see again just completely red. And let's take a look at the bubble study, and we'll show you the big offenders. And you can see this is an entertainment group, down almost 7.5%. Some of the other ones, this is Genworth Finance, down about 6.5%. JBL, it's a circuit company, down about 5.5%. But what's important, and what I want to do is, you can see here, this is the zero line, and you can see all the stocks pretty much just about 90% of the stocks to the downside. And again, I'm just going to throw this back down here again, and you can see, let's see, this is Citibank, obviously had a down day, almost 5.5%. And let's just go to the upside to see what the big Clorox, that was the big winner today. Got an amazing day for Clorox. Came up and tested that all-time high and actually broke it, and just a really terrific trade. In fact, let's take a quick look at that, because I watched that all day today. This is what we looked like. Obviously it had this definitely some resistance in this area, but you can see just came right up and broke right through, and obviously it was the options on it were up today, so lots of probably some news that not everyone knew, but definitely people traded. So again, the Clorox was the big winner today. Let's take a look again at, I'm going to actually go to some of the what's going on economically tomorrow, and here's what we're looking at here. You can see tomorrow's a big day. We have the FOMC minutes, and that's obviously going to be a market mover. We have trade balance as well. Again, that can be very important too. The orange and the red squares usually indicate that it can be more of a market mover. So we'll continue to watch that. I wanted you to see Don's trades for the day. He had a really nice day, trading lots of things to the short side. He traded Boeing. He was long puts, but he also had a bear call spread on CME. Again, you can see long puts here, and then several bear call spreads. So a really, really nice day. You can see he was up almost $500 on Boeing, $1,300 on CME. He also traded CMG, which is Chipotle, up about $1,000. CRM he was down on, but Google down too, but a great trade on MasterCard. You can see this. He was long puts for almost $2,000. He traded silver, and then also the oil S&P futures and the Russell futures. So you can see a nice day of over $5,100 in profits. So we had a very, very nice day. As far as economic news, I mentioned that, but in earnings we have FAST, which is FAST, LPHI, and WWW. So as I said, we're coming into earnings season, so we'll continue to watch that. I'm definitely certain that that's going to move the market. Again, we're looking a little bit bearish, but if we have good results, that could push us back up into that higher range on all the indices. So thanks so much for joining us. If you have any questions about membership, we'd love to talk to you. Our number is on our website, www.newleveltraders.com. Thanks again. Have a great day.